Hello and welcome to your practice. My name is Lisette. So today we're going to do a class that I actually taught in the studio last week, and some of the students actually asked for me to film this class actually. Okay. So we're going to start just sitting down, and we're going to start with a side stretch. So just find a comfortable seated position. Find your space on the mat. And then start to walk your left fingertips over towards the left. You're going to bend that left arm a little bit. Make sure the right hip stays down on the floor. So you're sitting with your both sit bones down, and then the right arm goes up and to the side. So side stretch. And then you can choose where you want to look. You can look up towards the ceiling, forward or down. So make sure it feels nice with the neck. Open the chest a little bit. And see where you can go. Breathe. Then come back to center. Right hand goes over towards your right. Same thing. And left arm goes up. And you side stretch. Left hip stays down on the floor. Breathe. Lift the chest. Find your breath. Good. Come back to center. Twist. Right hand goes towards the left knee. Left hand behind you. Inhale as you lift. Exhale and twist back. Any amount. Gentle to begin with. Good. Come forward again. Left hand towards your right knee. Right hand behind you. Inhale as you lift. Exhale and twist. Then come back to center, and you're just going to lay down on the floor. Good. So find your space, just lay down on your mat. You're going to open the arms out to the sides, So you have support from the arms, hands down on the floor, palms facing down. And then you're going to lift your legs, bring your knees over your hips, and your chins parallel to the floor. And then from here, you're going to drop your both knees over towards your right without touching the floor. So you're going to hover and wait. Pause. Good. Come back to center and drop your knees over towards the left without touching the floor. So hover from the floor. Pause there. Breathe. And come back to center. Over towards your right. Same thing. Pause. Then come back to center, over towards the left, hover from the floor, go maybe a little bit deeper, and then pause there, breathe. Then come back to center, stretch your legs up towards the ceiling, and this time think that you want the toes to go and touch your fingertips. Okay, so you're going to keep your legs together, you're going to stretch your legs as much as you can with your flexibility, and then you're going to drop your both legs over towards your right, without touching the floor. So you're hovering, breathe. And pull up and over towards your left without touching the floor. So hover there, breathe. And up again, over towards your right. Pause. Back to center, over towards your left. And pause there. And come back to center, hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit side to side, just a few times, and then you're just gonna rock forward to come to all fours. So come forward and come into your hands and your knees. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. You're gonna inhale as you bring the left arm up towards the ceiling and open the chest. And then you're gonna exhale, left arm goes underneath you, left shoulder down to the floor. 2 more times. Inhale, lift it up and open the chest. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower down. This time, stay here. You can stay right here, or you can bring your right hand behind you to your back, or if it works for you, towards the left thigh. Any amount. You can even keep your right hand down on the floor, giving you a little bit extra support there. One more breath. You can bring your right hand back to the floor. Push up again, come to all fours, and we go for the other side. So the right arm goes up. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, and it curls down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, fold. One more. Inhale, push it up, lift. Exhale, cross it in. You stay down here. You know your options. You can keep your right hand there. You can bring your left hand there. You can bring your left hand to your back, or the left hand goes towards your right thigh, which I cannot do because of the microphone here. So whatever you can go, you go there. Relax the head. One more breath. Good. Bring your left hand down to the floor. Push up again. Coming onto all fours. Breathe. And then downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under. Lift the hips. Find your stance. If you want to walk a little bit on the spot the first time, do it. If not, just find your stillness straight away. Stretch the arms. Breathe. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Externally rotate the upper arms. Breathe. Then you're going to inhale, get high on your toes. Exhale and drop your both heels over towards your right. Inhale, come back on your toes. Exhale, both heels over towards the left. Inhale, come back on your toes. Exhale, both heels down to the right. Inhale, come back on your toes. Exhale, both heels over towards the left. Inhale, come back on your toes. Exhale to downward facing dog. Look forward towards your hands and come forward into plank pose. You can bend your knees if you need to. If not, keep the legs straight. Push the floor away from you. Start with the arms, shoulders on top of your wrists. And then you're gonna, same thing, you're gonna drop your both heels over towards your right without twisting too much from the shoulders. Breathe, push the floor away from you, relax the neck. And come back to center, then heels over towards the left side. Start with the arms, push the floor, breathe. Once again, up on the toes, and then over towards your right. Then up on your toes, and over towards your left. Then come back to center, downward facing dog. Look forward towards your hands and take a few steps forward so you come forward to the top of your mat. Hip width distance apart with your feet. You're going to keep your left hand down on the floor or on your block if you need a block. You're going to bend that left leg as much as you need to. The right arm goes up towards the ceiling, up and twist. And then we switch sides. Right hand down to the floor. Bend your right leg as much as you need to. Left arm goes up towards the ceiling, up and twist up in the chest. And bring your left hand down behind you. Toe heel your feet together. So bring your feet together to touch. Side to side, slide bend on your knees. And then just roll all the way up to stand. So your chin comes out the last. You throw the shoulders back, up in the chest. Focus one spot in front of you. Sun salutation A. So inhale, bring the arms over the head. Look up, arms touch. Exhale, fold in from your waist. Inhale, lift up halfway, look forward. Exhale, step back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, lift up. Upward facing or cobra. Then exhale to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths. So focus on your breath. Relax the neck. Keep working. Active with the arms. Make sure your knuckles are pressing down into the floor. Relax the head. Then relax your face. Inhale, come high on your toes, bend your knees. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, arms over the head. Look up, arms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. 2 more. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, upward facing or cobra. Exhale to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths again. Stand and rotate the arms. Breathe. Find some stillness. The legs are straight, then lift your kneecaps. Belly in. Then inhale, look forward. Bend your knees, get high on your toes. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms over the head. Look up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. 1 more. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold in from your waist. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga on the same exhale. Inhale, lift up. Upward facing dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Breathe in and out through your nose. Relax your face. Even see if you can smile a little bit. Good. Inhale, look forward. Bend your knees, get high on your toes. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms over the head. Look up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Sun salutation B. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, upward facing dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg back and up to the ceiling. Exhale, the right foot steps forward and between the hands. Inhale to warrior 1. Left heel down on the floor. Arms up towards the ceiling. Find your breath. Find your stance. Breathe. Stretch the arms, palms facing into each other. Then bring your hands back to the floor. Step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up. Upward facing dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your left leg back and up to the ceiling. Exhale, the left foot steps forward in between the hands. Inhale to warrior 1. Right heel flat, lift arms up towards the ceiling. Find your breath. There you go. Bring your hands back to the floor. Step back into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up. Upward facing. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Good job. Look forward towards your hands. Inhale, bend your knees, get high on your toes. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, chair pose, hips down, arms up. Exhale, hands, palms together, standing up. Good. Inhale, bring their arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg back and up to the ceiling. Exhale, the right foot steps forward in between the hands. Inhale to warrior 2. Open the arms out to the sides. Breathe. Look over and forward towards your right fingertips. Find the breath. Start with the legs. Send your right knee on top of your right toes. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe. Inhale, bring your right palm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Stretch up and back. Breath. Look up towards the ceiling. Maybe out to the side. If it feels better, down towards the floor. Find the breath. Come back to warrior two. Side angle pose, right elbow towards your right knee, and left arm goes forward towards your right, towards the front. If you want to go deeper, then you can lower your left hand down to the floor. Palm flat on the floor to a block if you want, or keep your left elbow on your right knee. Breathe. You bring your left hand to your waist, half moon pose, stretch your right fingertips forward to the top of your mat. And then with control, come forward to stand on your right leg. Send your left leg back. Take your time. Usually, I forgot, but I usually have a block with me. So I get a block underneath my right hand. It helps me to get higher. Open that left hip up towards the ceiling. When you find the balance, that left arm goes up. Breathe. Take your time. Stretch up and down. Bring your left hand to the center of your chest. Lower your left hip down towards the floor. Warrior three. When you have the balance, bring your right hand up in line with your left. Belly in, stretch forward and back. Then bring your hands down to the floor, step back into plank. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, lift up to upward facing dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Good, left side. Inhale, bring your left leg back and up to the ceiling. Exhale, the left foot steps forward and between the hands. Inhale into warrior two. Open the arms out to the sides. Get deep into this left leg. So send your left knee forward. Breathe. Relax the shoulders down. Find your breath. Inhale, bring your left palm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Go up and back. Make sure you're not pressing too much with your right hand on the back of your right knee. Breathe. Come back to warrior two. Side angle pose, elbow to knee or fingertips or hand down towards the floor. Right arm goes forward. Breathe. Bring your right hand to your waist. Half moon pose, stretch your left fingertips forward to the top of your mat. With control, come forward to stand on your left leg. Send your right leg back, flex your right foot, take your time. Open your right hip up. Open your right arm up towards the ceiling when you feel ready. Find the breath. If you have the balance, look up towards your right hand. See how you can challenge yourself today. Whatever it is, whatever you are today. Bring your right hand to your chest, to the center of your chest. Start to lower your right hip down towards the floor. Warrior three. With control, pick up your left hand off the floor. Find the balance. Good. Belly in, stretch forward and back. It's not a back bend, so keep your belly in, spine straight, breathe. Then bring your hands back to the floor, step back into plank. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. At your own pace. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing. Then exhale to downward facing dog. When you get to downward facing dog, lower your knees, child's pose. Draw the hips back towards your heels. Breathe. Take a few breaths. Relax the head down to the floor. If you need a break, you can always stay in downward facing dog a little bit longer if you want. Whatever works for you. I usually stay with the head up here so you can listen to me. Good. One more breath. Then downward facing dog. Please stretch the arms forward, tuck your toes under. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Then look forward towards your hands. Inhale, bend your knees, get high on your toes. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms over the head, look up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, bring the arms up, look up, palms touch. Exhale, fold in from your waist. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, upward facing dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your right leg back and up to the ceiling, all the way. Then you're gonna bend your right leg, open your right knee up towards the ceiling. Feel the breath. Now get your right knee up as much as it goes. And then feel your shoulders. See how much you're opening from your right shoulder. Try to bring it down again and just work from your right knee up. Get 3-leg down dog. Stretch your right leg back. Square your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, right knee to nose. Round in, go forward. And step your right foot forward in between your hands. Low lunge. Lower your left knee down. And lift up your chest. Bring your hands to your right knee. Point your left toes back. Now you can stay here longer, or you can press that left foot down on the floor and lift that left knee up. And if you go for this step, make sure the hands are kind of relaxed, so you're not pushing here too much. Find that all the strength comes from the legs. You're kind of pulling your feet towards each other. Left hip moves forward, right hip moves back. Find the breath. Good. Lower your left knee down to the floor, tuck your left toes under, and then you're gonna draw your hips back, 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 and you will see how much you can seat into your left heel. Now if it bothers your left knee, of course, stay up here, but if it feels okay with the knee, then you're gonna seat all the way back, you're gonna keep your toes tucked, so you can stretch your toes, and you're gonna enjoy it. And then you're just gonna take a few breaths here. You can decide if you want to fold, or if you want to straight up, if you want to get higher with your bum. Breathe. Good. Then you walk your fingertips forward into a lunge position. You're going to straighten your left leg back, get high on your left toes. Breathe. Then you're going to drop the hips a little bit more, send the chest forward as you inhale. Then you're going to exhale, straighten your right leg as much as it goes. Hands on blocks if you need to. 2 more times. Inhale, send the hips forward, chest forward and up. Exhale, straighten your right leg. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. This time you're going to stay here a little bit longer. So see what works for you. You can absolutely shorten your step a little bit more if you need to. If not, stay here with kind of wide stance. Wide. And then straighten your right leg as much as it goes. Send the left heel back as much as it goes. Breathe. Then you're going to re-bend on your right leg. Walk your fingertips over towards your left side. Skandasana. So you're going to deep squat into your left knee. Stretch your right leg out to the right. Right toes up towards the ceiling. Think toes up. Right knee up towards the ceiling. You can use your hands for balance. You can get high on your left toes. If it works for you, that left heel goes down to the floor. If you have the balance, palms can come to prayer. Breathe. This is actually the first practice for me today. I'm kind of stiff, so I need my fingertips down and just kind of moving it a little bit. Good. Then you move over towards your right side. Same thing. Good. See where you can go on this side. Then you left toes up towards the ceiling, left knee up. If you lose the balance and you fall on your bum, that's okay. Just find the balance again and come back into your posture. Then you're going to come back to center, straightening your both legs. You bring your toes in, heels out a little bit. So feet parallel to each other, prasarita. Inhale, lift the chest a little bit. Exhale and fold in. Now you can keep your hands down on the floor. Shoulder width distance apart and work from here. You can grab your big toes with your index and middle fingers and pull from there. So you find your variation, whatever you want to work with. If you're grabbing your big toes, now try to send your shoulders up towards the ceiling, elbows up to the sides. Breathe. And 1 more breath. Inhale, lift up halfway. Walk your hands forward towards the front of the mat. Bliss or lunge. So open your right foot out to the right a little bit more and bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Left knee can go down to the floor, or you can keep your left leg straight. You decide where you want to go. You're going to experiment a little bit with it. If you want to go deeper, then your elbows can go down towards the floor. Open your right foot out as much as you need to, and send your right knee and your right toes kind of on the same direction. I like to move in this posture, so you will see me often just like swinging a little bit and trying to find like some juice into it. So feel free to do it too if it feels okay. And then feel free to experiment again. What happens if I lift that left knee off the floor? Where do I feel it? Where do I go? There you go. Come back into your hands. So if you were down on your elbows, hands go down to the floor. You lower your left knee down to the floor. Twisted lizard. So you're going to bend your left leg. And then you're going to twist over towards your right and go and grab your left foot behind you. You can use a strap or a pillow if you a towel if you need it. If you can grab it, then you pull it in closer towards you, stretching that left quad. And then you relax your face and you enjoy it as much as it goes. And then you slowly release your left foot down to the floor. Hands to the floor, plank pose. So step back into plank. Then from plank pose, knees on the floor if you need to, you're gonna lower down through your forearms. So get your left elbow down, your right shoulder, your right elbow down, your left elbow down. I'm confusing sides. Good. Breathe. Keep your right forearm down on the floor. Forearm side plank. So you come over. Keep your right forearm down, left arm goes up towards the ceiling. Find the breath. You can lower your left knee down to the floor, bring your left foot in front of your right, left from the hips. Find the breath, hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left forearm down, child's pose. Lower your knees. Draw the hips back, enjoy it. Take a moment, take a breath. There you go. This was a Saturday morning class. It was kind of a, kind of like nice paced class just to begin the weekend. Good. Downward facing dog. Good. Here we go. Inhale, bring your left leg back and up to the ceiling. Then bend your left leg, open your left knee up towards the ceiling, open through the hips instead of the shoulders. So try to keep your left shoulder down as you work with the left knee up towards the ceiling. Relax your neck, press your right foot down on the floor and back. Breathe. Good. 3-leg down dog, square your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, left knee to nose, round the spine, come forward, forward, forward. Then step your left foot forward. Low lunge, lower your right knee down to the floor. Lift the chest. Bring your hands to your right knee. Once again, you can decide to stay here longer. If it feels okay, then the right foot is going to press down into the floor to lift your right knee up. Once again, make sure your hands are not pressing against the left knee. You're kind of using your legs and your hands are there just to have some space to be. Breathe. Pull that right hip forward, left hip back. Then with control, lower your right knee down to the floor. Tuck your right toes under and you start to draw your hips back towards your right heel. Any amount. Again, see how it feels. This knee is actually my funny knee. It's not my good side. So I have to be much more careful to see where I go here. Good. Tuck your toes on the floor so you feel the stretch on the toes. Yeah, that stretch. Good. Breathe. Good, you come forward again. Lunge position, so you're going to straighten your right leg back. Send your right hip forward, left hip back. Good. Now, you're going to inhale to draw the hips even more. Look forward and up. Exhale to straighten your left leg as much as it goes. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here. Just a few more breaths. Get your hands on your blocks if you need to, if it works for you. Straighten your left leg completely, and then work with your right heel back towards the floor. Breathe. Inhale, rebend on your left leg. Walk over towards your right side. Skandasana, deep squat into your right knee. Stretch your left leg out to the left. Left toes up towards the ceiling, left knee up. See where you can go. Fingertips on the floor. Come back with your hands to pray if you have the balance. Breathe. If you fall back on your bum, just push up again. Very, very normal. And then with control, go over towards your left side. So deep squat into your left knee. Stretch your right leg out to the right. Good. So you're going to come back to the center, prasarita. You bring your feet parallel to each other. I'm just going to turn around so I don't have my bum on the camera. Good. So feet parallel to each other. Inhale, lift the chest. And then again, any variation you want. Exhale, hands on the floor or fingertips, or you can grab your big toe with your index and middle fingers. You can even get your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, and stretch the shoulders. Go for any variation that feels nice for you today or challenging, depending what you want to put your focus on. Breathe. And you have your hands down on the floor or on your big toes. Bring shoulders up to the ceiling, away from the ears. Contract the thighs, lift your kneecaps if it works for you. I mean, if you're flexible enough on your hamstrings. Relax your neck, relax your face. Breathe. Inhale, lift up halfway. Walk forward to the top of your mat. Lisa or lunge. Open that left foot out to the left a little bit more. Bring that left hand to the inside of your left foot. Good. Once again, see where you want to go. You can lower your elbows down. You can keep your hands on the floor. You can drop that right knee down or keep it up. Swing a little bit side to side. Do any variation of hip opener. Like if you're really flexible on your hips and you know you can do more, then go for a little bit more. Good, come back on your hands. So hands on the floor. Drop your right knee down to the floor. Twisted lizard. So you're going to bend your right leg. Twist over towards the left. See if you can grab your right foot. And then you can pull your right foot in towards your bum. You can even lift that left foot off the floor, just like I'm doing. So it doesn't have to stay flat. You can kind of open the hip a little bit more as you pull in. And then with control, you release that right foot down on the floor. Hands down, plank pose. So back into plank. Lower down to your forearms. So right forearm down, left forearm down. Right. Knees on the floor if you need to. If not, roll over towards your left forearm. Side forearm plank. And right arm goes up towards the ceiling. See where you want to look. Start with the shoulder. Left shoulder away from the ear. Left from your hips. Left knee down on the floor. Or right foot in front of your left. If you want extra support from your both feet, find the breath. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right forearm down, child's pose. Lower your knees and roll the hips back. Good job. Take a break. Breath normally in and out through the nose. We're almost there. Enjoy it. Good. 2 more breaths. There you go. Downward facing dog. Stretch the arms forward, tuck your toes under, lift the hips up. Look forward towards your hands. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Cobra pose. So stretch your legs back, point the toes. Hands in close to the body, elbows in. 3 times. Inhale, lift up halfway, lift the chest. Exhale, strong with the legs. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. This time we're going to bring your forearms forward. Sphinx pose. So forearms down on the floor, elbows underneath your shoulders. Now you're going to straighten your legs, point the toes back, lift the knees off the floor. Breathe. You're going to press from the floor with the elbows. So you're going to collapsing on the shoulders, but you have some space there. And then hands on the floor. Imagine your hands are pulling into the floor, so you're pulling your chest forward. Breathe. Then you're going to lower down, walk your hands a little bit more forward and kind of out to the sides. And this time you're going to push and straighten the arms completely, if it works for you. If not, you keep your arms bent a little bit more. And you can even walk your hands back a little bit more if you have the flexibility. Put the toes back, breathe, shoulders back away from the ears, chest forward. And then you're going to lower down. Good. You're bringing your hands in close to the body. We're going to push back into plank pose. So tuck your toes under. If you need your knees, keep your knees on the floor. Look down, take a deep inhale. Exhale, push up into plank. Hold it here for an inhale. Exhale to downward facing dog. Good. 3 vinyasas. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale to downward facing dog. Once again, inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up, upward facing. Exhale to downward facing dog. 1 more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale to downward facing dog. Bring your feet together to touch, side to side. Look forward towards your hands, bend your knees, get high on your toes. We're going to jump through, so open your hands wider if you need to. And then bend your knees and step or jump forward so you sit on the floor. You're going to put your feet in front of you, hip width distance apart. And then look at your feet, so you have your feet parallel to each other. The toes are not going out. You know your feet are in place. And then you're just going to lay on your back. Move your hips forward and lay on your back for bridge pose. Good. And then from here, if you need to move your hips closer towards your heels, then do it from here without moving your feet. Bring your hands in close to the body, palms facing down. Press your lower back into the floor. So I want you to think, if you're creating a back bend from the beginning, you're pushing down so your whole spine is touching the floor. Hands come close, hands down on the floor. Tuck your tailbone in, so the tail in between the knees as you lift the hips up. If you want to interlace your fingers, get your hands underneath you and roll the shoulders in together. Do it. Keep looking down, keep looking down, keep looking up towards the ceiling. And then think that you're sending the chest forward towards your chin. Breathe, lift the hips, find your breath. And slowly lower your hips. Take a breath, take a break, bring your knees into touch. Breath normally in and out through the nose. We'll do it one more time. We're gonna do it one more time. Just take a moment. Once again, bring your hands into the sides of the body, palms facing down. Tuck your tailbone in, press the lower back down into the floor as you send your hips up towards the ceiling. Interlace your fingers, get your shoulders in closer together as you lift the hips. Send the chest forward towards your chin. Strong with the legs, relax your bum a little bit more. Look up. And slowly lower your hips down towards the floor. Touch your knees, find the breath. You can take a break. You can do bridge one more time. If it feels okay for you and you're ready for it and you feel flexible and good, you can go for full wheel pose, okay? Just make sure you're feeling for it, that you feel ready for it. Okay, hip distance apart with your feet. Good, if you're going for bridge, then you bring your hands to the sides of your head. If you're going for wheel, then bring your hands. If you're going for bridge, keep your hands to the sides of the body. If you're going for wheel, bring your hands to the sides of your head. As you bring your hands into the floor, look at your elbows, hug your elbows in. So the elbows are not pointing out to the sides, but the elbows are pointing in. Find your breath. Inhale as you push into the top of your head. Take a moment, readjust your hands if you need to. Hug your elbows in again so the elbows don't open up. If you feel okay here, then inhale and push up to straighten the arms. Any amount. Breathe. Push the floor away from you so the arms go to straight. Find the breath. Relax the neck. And tuck your chin into your chest. Slowly bend the arms. Bring the back of your head to touch the floor. Take a moment here. Press the lower back into the floor. Bring your knees into touch. Open your feet a little bit wider. Stay here. Don't go into hugging your knees into your chest so fast. Take a moment. Now, if you're here and if you feel you need to hug your knees into your chest after a few breaths here, then you can do it. Right. Good. Hug your knees in. Roll forward to sit. Janushirasana. Open your left leg out to the left. Bring your right foot in. Turn a little bit towards your left and go and grab your left foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale and fold in. And lengthen the spine. Good. Go to one spot. Go as deep as you can. Think that you're lowering your right shoulder in towards the center. Find the breath. Inhale, lift up. Open your right foot out to the right. Bring your left foot in. Turn towards your right and go and grab your right foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale and fold in. Any amount. Inhale, lift the chest. Keep your left knee down on the floor. Spine twist. Bring your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Lower your right hip down on the floor so your both hips, sit bones are down. Bring your right hand behind you. Hug your left right knee in, or get that left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale and start to twist back. Good, come back to center, switch legs, right knee down, left foot down on the floor, left hand behind you, hug or elbow against the knee, inhale, lift, exhale and twist back. Come back to center, stretch your legs forward, and then just lay back on your back for your Shavasana. Good. Just go ahead and lay on your back, readjust as you need to so you feel comfortable down on the floor. Close your eyes. Breathe normally in and out through your nose, relax your face. This is your moment, you've been working hard, so take your moment to relax. I'm gonna ask you to smile just a little bit. Relax your face. Relax the space in between the eyebrows and even the mouth. Relax the tongue inside your mouth. Then thank yourself for your practice today. Accept the practice just as it was. It's always different. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me today on your mat. Namaste.